Okay, so I've never participated in Artfight before. Not once. I've seen it mentioned all over social media, especially last year on TikTok. Every July, my feed explodes with people drawing wild characters, saying things like attacking or avenging, and I've always thought, wait, what is this game, and why does everyone seem to love it? Well, this year, I'm finally doing it. So if you're like me, curious and a little bit confused, and maybe wondering if you're good enough to join, I'm making this video to explain what I've learnt so far about Artfight and why I think it's totally worth trying from the perspective of someone who's never actually done it. From what I've gathered, Artfight is basically a giant month-long art game that happens every July. You sign up, choose a team, and then draw other people's original characters. That's right, you attack the opposing team by drawing their OCs, and they might attack you back by drawing yours, which is called a revenge. It's like this giant, friendly, back-and-forth art battle. I always thought it was like an actual fight of some kind, but then again, how would that make sense when it's like an art thing? Anyways, you get points for each attack, and by the end of the month, you see who racked up the most points. It's part game, part gift exchange, and all creative chaos in the best way. So why now? Why am I finally signing up? Well, here's what's pulled me in. Number one, I need a creative push. I've been in such a slump recently regarding my art. Same characters, same poses, same color palettes. I thought finally getting an iPad would shake things up, but yeah, and then I saw someone say Artfight got me out of my art block in a week, and that certainly caught my attention. Drawing other people's characters, ones I'd never ordinarily design on my own, feels like a cool way to kind of shake things up and try something new. Maybe even learn a few new tricks along the way. Number two, it looks like a great community. The Artfight crowd seems super chill. Like, there's this culture of kindness around it, commenting on each other's profiles, trading art, and, just having basic etiquette, like saying thank you for drawing my OC. It just feels really positive. And we could all use a lot more of that with the way that social media is these days. Plus, I love the idea of making new art friends, especially ones who are obsessed with original characters, because I feel like I need to become part of that crowd a little bit more, as I'm not crazy about my OCs. I'm sure you guys might not even know if you're regular viewers of my channel that I even have OCs, which is not surprising. Number three, I want to get better at art. I've heard lots of people saying they improved a ton from participating, not just because they suddenly got better overnight, but because they drew like so much and consistently throughout the month. Even if I just do a few attacks, I'll be drawing more consistently, and that's a win in my book. And I also want to try at least draw maybe 3 things outside my comfort zone, maybe like a furry character, or I don't know, something like that, just to challenge myself, draw characters I wouldn't ordinarily draw. And number 4, the idea of someone drawing my OC, what? I'm not gonna lie, the idea that someone might draw my character during Artfight makes me so ridiculously giddy. Like, what if someone draws my big burly redhead wizard, or my sassy teenage Regina George clone, and actually brings them to life in their own style? I will cry. That being said, I did have a few doubts before deciding to join, so of course I'm going to be transparent and let you guys know what kind of some of those thoughts were going through my head. So the first one was, what if I'm not good enough? I know my art is at a stage where I can be proud of a lot of the pieces. Like this speed paint I'm using in this video is my favorite drawing ever, so I can have pride in my work, but I'm just not at all confident with drawing people. I like drawing silly things. So trust me, I've thought this. But everyone says that Artfight isn't about being perfect, it's about participation and connection. People love getting art no matter what skill level, which, duh, now that I kind of think about it, I was like, oh, but what if the person doesn't like my art? Well, anytime anyone is giving me art, even if they're an obvious beginner, I just get so excited anyways, because I'm they took the time out of their day to draw whatever for me, that's crazy. So honestly, the fact that, you've tried to draw something as a beginner, that's already a gift. Thank you. Plus, there are no rules about how much you have to do as well. So if you're just kind of a sketchy artist, that's totally fine. Doodles, like me, great. Even if it's you just do 1 attack in the month, that still counts, One of the other thoughts I was having was that, what if no one draws my characters? This one also kind of scared me a bit. But here's the thing, the more active you are, commenting, favoriting, doing quick attacks, the more likely you're going to get noticed, I imagine, and even maybe get revenge attacks in return. Even if I don't get any art back, I still get to draw cool OCs and have fun, so it's still a win. And besides, I know a lot of the marketing around it is that it's a art trading game, but you should more think about it about an art gifting game. It's kind of like Christmas, You shouldn't expect anything in return. It's just a nice little bonus. Okay, So here's how I'm prepping as a total complete noob. So number one, I've started with just uploading a few characters. I wanted to start, but at least getting my witch and wizard OCs up, since they're from like the same universe, and there's about like 5 or 6 of them. I guess if you want to count the sentient ghost, who's kind of just a doodle. So I made their character sheets in early May, and they're up now. I've also uploaded my Sona, because some people might not be all that interested in drawing like a witch character or characters with a bit more complex designs, I guess. I don't know. So I figured my Sona is a safe character to have up, as she, me, I am really basic, so yeah. Along with that, when you write descriptions for your characters, make sure you keep all the details as simple and concise as possible, because people don't really want to read paragraphs of lore. It's just going to scare them off. So number two, I am looking all over YouTube and like the Artfight forums to find like guides and tutorials and stuff. There's actually a bunch of like helpful posts and guides out there for beginners. Initially, I was so confused about the terminology, but people are like really nice about answering questions. So like, wait, what's considered an attack, or what's friendly fire? Which that's when you draw someone on your own team, by the way. It barely gets any points, but it's super fun, so who cares? And number three, I am setting small goals. Like I mentioned before, I want to push myself a little bit, so I'm going to draw things out of my comfort zone. Saying that though, I'm not going to try draw like 100 characters or anything. My plan is like maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 a week, maybe more if I get inspired, but I'm just keeping it chill so I don't burn out. And also, I am working full-time in July, so any spare time I have will be devoted to Artfight. Also, since I'm not sure if I'll be able to tack lots of people, I've at least given myself the rule that I have to revenge every tack, and I imagine I'll only get like a few attacks, which means maybe like 5 revenges at most. If I get more, I'll be so thrilled, and even though I'll be super duper busy, if I get 30 attacks, well, that means 30 revenges. I'm a man of my word. If you're still on the fence, here's my take. You don't need to be a professional, you don't need a fancy tablet, you don't even need to commit to the whole month. All you need is like the willingness to share your creativity and maybe step outside your comfort zone a little. Artfight seems to be one of those like rare corners of the internet that's actually like fun, supportive, and low stakes, kind of. I say that kind of just because I'm so competitive, so for me it's high stakes because that's just my character. But if you're not a competitive person, it's chill as. But it's super motivating at the end of the day. It's a chance to draw cool characters, make cool friends, and get inspired like every day. So yeah, this is my first time doing Artfight, and I have no idea how it'll go, but I'm excited, and that's enough. I've linked my Artfight profile in the description, so be sure to check that out. If you're thinking about joining too, let me know. Drop your username or tell me about your OCs. I'd love to check them out, and who knows, maybe I'll attack you. I'll catch you on the battlefield. Like, what if someone picks my big burly redhead lizard? No, I just called him a lizard. And if you want to see more videos from me, then click whatever videos YouTube decides to recommend you on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!